Okay, now we're ringing up. Now we're ringing up everybody in the council once again. So let's try with the legal service. 01274 432 089.
This is the voicemail for legal social care. Unfortunately, messages are not accessible at the moment. Please put your queries in an email.
Okay, so not 1274 432218. Wait on. 01274 432218.
This is a voicemail for Graham Cannon, the Bradford City Council. I'm not available at this moment. If you could leave a message and a clear telephone number, I will get back to you as soon as possible.
You may start your message now.
Good morning, Mr. Kenna. It's Mr. Hussain once again leaving yourself a message asking yourself to engage with me in relation to my brother Talib Hussain. This is simply not acceptable where you've instructed other social workers, you've instructed Mr. Mulla in the financial protection team and everybody else not to engage with me, and you're refusing to engage with me, and you're peddling this fraudulent instrument of a court order which is clearly fraudulent, and you're refusing to engage with us while you're controlling my brother's money. There will be consequences, Mr. Mulla, Mr. Kenna, for your actions as a local authority. This is simply not acceptable where you're acting in a pusillanimous manner and hiding behind the corporate veil and directing me to write things down and refusing to engage with us because I'm recording conversations. So what? I mean, it's not a crime. I've made you aware of the situation. I've made the whole local authority aware. What I'm doing, Mr. Mulla, Mr. Kenna, is not a crime. What you are doing is a clear crime because it's causing pain, suffering and misery and distress to both myself and my family members, Mr. Talib Hussain included. Please look to engage with us fully. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Mulla, 01274 432 675. Mr. Mulla, how are you?
Not bad, thank you.
You're a very, very difficult person to get a hold of. I've tried ringing this number several times and it just keeps on going to answer phone.
Well, I'm a busy man.
Yeah. I'm ringing up because obviously there's been some irregularities in the money that's been delivered. There was £5 short.
That was an error on the delivery guy, but I think it's been resolved, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's been resolved. Obviously, I mean, it's important for me to be able to contact you when these things go wrong.
Well, I'm afraid you've seen all the emails that have been sent to you, so I really can't discuss anything with you.
Okay, I mean, the reason I'm ringing up is, okay, that's fair enough, but the reality is that Eid's coming up, and, I feel aggrieved at the fact that once the lasting power of attorney was in place and I presented it to you, the local authority, I took my brother to Pakistan at personal cost to myself. All right. Under the understanding that that's going to be, things are going to be resolving themselves now. But you, the local authority, are very powerful, and you pulled a fast one and become his appointee in the background, and utilizing this court order, which is nonsensical as an instrument of fraud. But wasn't it the case that for the last couple of years you were saying that you made an application to the Court of Protection?
Yeah, well, I can't talk to him, really. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. The purpose of my call today is obviously we need extra money for Eid's coming up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And obviously I need the money that I spent in order to take my brother to Pakistan. And I need to know you've received a large lump sum from the DWP regarding his disability now, haven't you?
I don't know. I'll need to check the system. I mean,
Oh, has there so there's this Eid money, and also has Adalat given you the money yet?
I can't discuss any of that stuff to you. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I've put in a safeguarding complaint. I need to know if, my brother needs access to his money. Now, obviously, here there's this mobility vehicle issue that still hasn't been resolved. My brother's entitled to a mobility vehicle. I'm presently having to use my mother's mobility vehicle, which they're still looking to take back. So once the mobility vehicle, my mother's mobility vehicle is removed, what about my brother's mobility vehicle? So these issues really do need to be discussed, and rather than saying, well, I'm sorry, I can't discuss them with you because of a vexatious complainant policy, that's to do with complaints. I'm not raising a complaint. It seems that things will eventually, Mr. Mull, come out in the open. I mean, obviously, what's happening now is the local authority are committing clearly ultra-viral acts of fraud, because my brother, that court order, I can assure you, did not is a fraudulent instrument, because why would you then need to apply to the court again if you're already his deputy? Nothing makes sense, Mr. Mulla, and the very fact that the local authority are not being open and transparent.
I'm going to have to put the phone down.
Why is that? Why?
Because I can't talk to you.
Why?
Alright.
Why?
That's the instruction from
Or can I speak to Mr. I can't speak to Mr. Kenner as well, can I?
I don't know. I mean, you need to ring him.
I ring him up every day, Mr. Mulla. I've just rung him up now. I left a message. I ring him up every day. I think everybody's now. Who can I speak to? If I can't speak to you and I can't speak to Mr. Kenner, who can I speak to?
I think, look, Mr. Hussain, you need to read the letter that was sent to you from the council in terms of how you can contact and who you can contact.
With all due respect, that you can't.
I know it might not be the answer.
No, it's not the answer. You can't tell me to, that's not a law, is it? It's a document that's been created for vexatious complainants. That's what the policy is in, because I was making legitimate complaints that the local authority are in. That document has no validity. You can't. It's not a law. All right, it's not a law that I have to abide by. That document has been created with me specifically in mind in order to prevent me from communicating with people. So I'm sorry, but you can't force me my compliance onto something. I've equally said, look, I've got a policy document that says I'm charging £1 million a week. Why doesn't the local authority follow my policy documents? You understand? That's ridiculous. It's not the law. My brother has certain inalienable rights. One of those is that he has a right to his own benefit money, which you're now controlling unlawfully. My brother's out in the community. Mr. Mulla, everything that you're doing would be legitimate if my brother lacks capacity, mental capacity. That clearly I was being roped into is to establish that he does lack mental capacity by going to the trust. Clearly that didn't happen. My brother still has mental capacity. He's telling me, why are they controlling my money? What am I supposed to tell my brother? Do you understand? And I'm not going to take any more of your time up, Mr. Mulla. Thank you for obviously taking my call. I have been trying to ring yourself up. Just a couple of key points to summarize. First of all, Eid's coming up. We need some extra money. Okay. I've spent over nearly £6,000 taking my brother to Pakistan. There's a backlog of money that you have. We will require this. Obviously, we need you to deal with the mobility vehicle issue, because my brother's entitled to a mobility vehicle. It's not fair that you're taking his disability money and accumulating it, and he's not having access to services. And obviously, I need somebody to speak to, and I'm not prepared to write things down, because I've made the local authority aware that I charge £10 per word that I write down. I'm not here to write things down. I'm not obligated to write things down. The local authority are, because they're getting paid. Everybody else is getting paid. I'm not getting paid to write things down to you. I can speak to you just as clearly. And so therefore, please can you find me somebody I can speak to if you're no longer willing to engage with us.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mulla. Thank you, goodbye. Okay, so their attitude seems to be that we just don't need to talk to you. All right, there's a document that you need to follow. Well, that's not a document I need to follow. No, there's no document. There's a document that you need to follow by paying me my £1 million a week. You're not prepared to do that. That's regulation man 1274435 Okay, that never goes through. Okay. 01274437206.
Sorry, you made a mistake in dialing.
That's Christina Dukamanja. So nobody in legal is available. Let's just try. No, that's fair enough. Try ringing everybody up. All right. Nobody's available.